Bye to the Brother Speak podcast. This is Brother Speak. If you're new to the channel, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If you're listening to me on Spotify, please subscribe to the channel. Follow me. I will try to do more audio-based podcasts. I've been neglected it. I've been so focused on YouTube, with a lot of stuff going on YouTube, that I haven't been able to do more of the audio podcasts that I originally intended to do. I wanted to be able to do both, and I just haven't been taking the time, and I apologize to anybody who was subscribed, but I'm going to try to do that more often. Now, today I wanted to talk about black men say they want black male agency, but they don't want to work to get it. Now, I was thinking about the Jordan Neely situation that happened to him, and I'm empathetic to the cause, and I see where the pro-blacks are seeing it one way, and then I see where the conservatives are seeing it another way, and I'm in the middle. Like, I understand that there's a system that's not fair to black men, and there's certain forces that put him in a situation where this man would be mentally unhinged. On the other hand, I can understand what the conservatives say is that if this man is being a threat to people, he's up there threatening people, yelling, screaming, and apparently he has a history of not only threatening people, but also harming people. So if he got choked up, that's his fucking problem. Well, this is a murder because he didn't have to hold it too long, and which I agree. 15 minutes, come on, man. And you had two other people around. So you mean to tell me you three could not hold this dude down? You got the chokehold down, and you three couldn't tie him up, do something, hold him down? Come on now. Now, I understand what the pro-blacks say. Well, how is he able to get away with this? How is he able to walk away? He ain't get charged. What's going on? Well, I'm going to give y'all a story why this can't happen. This happened in Houston back in 2013, 2014. There was a black woman. She was in the gas station. This black man was harassing her. He followed her outside the store. She get in the car. He's still bothering her, right? She pull out the AK, told him leave me the fuck alone. He wanted to attack her. First he shot at his foot. He kept coming, shot him dead. Got in the car, drove off. Police questioned her. They looked at the tape. Guess what? She didn't get charged. So there is a precedence of, you can leave a scene after you shot somebody dead and walk off. If it's still a case where you defending yourself, you can walk off. There's nothing that says you have to stop and render aid to a person who was a threat to you. Now, in this situation with Daniel, his name is Daniel Penny. He didn't walk off. He was there. He waited till the cops. Got there. They didn't charge him. Because, again, they asked everybody, was this man threatening people? Yeah, he was. He was messing with people. So, it was what it was. Is it fair? No. But here's the thing, black man. If you don't take care of your mental health, guess what? This is how they're going to take care of your mental health. They're going to X you out the system. Now, you want to make pro-blacks make the argument, well, the system's making it crazy. They're giving out these pills. Yes, I believe all that. But guess what? A lot of us participate in this system. We participate in the system. So, the system's going to do what it do. But we keep participating. Hey, it is what it is. You're overworked, underpaid. It's hard to get that good money. You're getting fed crappy food. You're in a place where there might be a food desert, and the only store you have is a Dollar General, and you think they got good food for you? Yeah, you know what it is. We come from families where the mother and father not together. The mother and father fighting with each other. We wasn't planning pregnancies. A lot of times it was we a oops baby. Mama don't like the daddy. Might keep him away. The daddy might just say, fucking who cares, and gone, and not trying to even deal with the child. So he by himself. If he's not one of the cool kids, he's getting picked on by boys and girls. Then if he going to college, maybe he is, maybe he not. You gotta get a job. If you ain't got no skills like that, you're getting the top tier jobs, and you're damn not getting in corporate. And if you're in corporate, you gotta act a certain way, not to be too that aggressive black man. You damn near not gotta be a homosexual. You're in this. You're in a place where you're dependent on somebody else to hire you, and they could just not hire you just based on how you look, how you talk, and even if you're not doing that, surviving sometimes got to do sell drugs, steal, whatever. You get locked up. Now you got a criminal record. Now you got a felony. And even still to this day, it's hard for you to get a job with a felony on your record. And let's not forget, you might have a drug habit. Now all of a sudden, after all of those drugs is in your system and you mess with your mind gone. And you're trying to drug your pain away, alcohol your pain away, sex your pain away. A lot of these dudes dropping babies everywhere, having sex with everybody, it's a mental illness. Yes, we all have sexual needs, but when you're so focused on your sexual needs, that means that something's not there. You're trying to fill a void. That's a mental issue. So yeah, that you would be. Some of these dudes would be crazy, and because a lot of these dudes are not focused on getting their money right, getting their situation stable. They end up homeless. They end up in a situation where now they up there threatening people for food, and so you get to a situation where somebody looking for an opportunity to be a hero, or he trying to do the right thing. I don't know. I don't know Daniel Penny's mind, and I'm not trying to get in his mind. It's an opportunity for him to do what he did. Jordan Neely gave him an opportunity for him to kill him. Now, people want to say, well, the system failed him. The system failed him. Well, here's the thing. You're dependent on a system that does not favor you to begin with. Let's keep it a buck. You're looking for a system that is not fair to you to help Jordan Neely. You fooling yourself. So this is a part of black male agency. You provide a system for your brothers, so in case they have a mental illness, they may have a problem with the court system. They may have a problem getting custody of their children, or even seeing their children, because that happens too. You have to create a system to help these men out. Let's say he get out with a felony. He needs a job. Because if he ain't got no job, guess what he gonna do? He's gonna go right back to what he's doing, what he knows. And when they depended on someone else, hey, guess what? They could treat them any kind of way. That's my brother. My brother, this other dude got into it with him on the job, and my brother had to defend himself. He got fired. But again, because he had no protection, there's no other system around to hire him. He went to another place where he literally told him, hey, I got a problem with my back. I can't do stuff. They still making him do it. He ain't got no choice. He got to do it. So, yeah, they talk about this black male agency. Well, it always the only thing it's pertaining to is women. Well, we want to date who we want to date, bro. That the women is the least of your problems. The women are your least of your problems. You literally, if you act a fool, there is no one coming to help you. If you got a mental illness and you running around with mental illness, there is no system created by black men to help you in mass. I'm not talking about here and there, because there's black people who have some systems in place here and there to help black men out. I know my ex-father-in-law, they have a church. They have something that's ran through a black woman helping these guys out when they get out of jail. And I'm pretty sure that other places across the country that black men and black women are having to help these men out. But again, it's not enough. And it's not supported enough. Because you got all these content creators, the men and the women, they want to fight each other. They want to, hey, let's not support good black men because these black men over here are talking shit about us. Oh, let's not support these black men over here because they want to fucking simp for black women. Let's not support these dudes because they thugs and they get all the women and we don't get shit. They treating us like crap when we were kids. Oh, let's not support these nerds because they nerds. They lame. They don't get no pussy or nothing like that. It's all kinds of fucking excuses why black men cannot work together when it's something important. I'm not talking about women. And yeah, we can work together to party. We can work together to complain about women. We can work together to, have a bitch fest. We can work together to talk about game. But when it's time to work together for that black male agency, so every black man, well, I'm not saying any black man who is doing what he need to do and just might have a hang up, might have a drug issue, might didn't have the best mother and father, having a problem with the school system, having a problem with the job, having a problem with the court system, where they can go, where they can get the help they need. They may be hard up. They can get a lawyer provided for them. Not by the system. You know the system is biased against you. Just off the rip. You know it's for the money. I'm talking about a system that black men have in place to help black men and black boys. Because again, for all the talk about how these mothers are terrible, these single mothers are terrible. They're raising these boys to be effeminate. They raising these boys to hate black men. They raising these boys to be simps. They raising these boys to be tricks. But you don't have a system for them to counteract that. All these black women here are terrible. They need to go overseas. But you don't have a system in place to protect those black men when they go overseas. We don't want them to date these single mothers. We don't want them to date Keisha. But you don't have a system to introduce them to the type of women that you say they need so they don't have to deal with that. I remember they were talking about Superhead. Superhead got this tech guy. She heard the tech guy, and all that was on the news. But yet, here's the thing: these same black men don't have a system, so that tech guy can find a quality woman, so he don't have to be running behind Superhead. These same black men don't have a system to feed the type of woman that a PJ at Washington wouldn't have to be accosted by Brittany Renner, get her pregnant. Now she got the baby. He's stuck with it. Now he don't have to even see his baby. Then on top of that, got with another Instagram model and being a stepdad and got her pregnant. But you don't even have a system so he won't have to deal with those women. You don't even have a system for your young boys so they don't have to run to the military, because some some of these game dudes and some of these pro players. You're going in the military. You getting tricked. You getting used. Well, you don't have a fucking system, so he won't have to go to the fucking military. You working for the white man? They run you, but you don't even have a system where he can go work for you, so he won't have to go to the white man. You don't even have a system for that. So it's like all these people complain about the system, how it is, but yet you don't have no system of your own to help these men. Jordan Neely had mental issues, and he was being violent towards other people. It was only a matter of time before somebody put him down, if the story is to be believed, because people make up stories too. But if he was doing all this different stuff, it was only a matter of time before he got put down by somebody. And guess what? And a lot of these pro-blacks talking about there's this race war. Well, guess what? He making it mighty easy for them to make the excuse. Yeah, he got to get put down. Yeah, he was crazy. He was this violent, angry black man. We don't know what he gonna do. So, hey, Daniel Penny did us a favor. And guess what? Other black men are right along with it. But again, because black men don't have a system in place to help these men, you want to throw them to the wolves. But see where the problem is, you worry about your image. This ain't good for your image. Regardless of how you feel about Jordan Neely, this paints us in a negative light. If he was doing all this other stuff before this incident, us defending this guy is going to put us in a negative light as well. See, it goes all around. See, Brother Speak is not on one side. I could be on the pro-black side, but I could also be on the conservative side. I could be everywhere. Because, see, I don't put my heart into it. And so I can look at it from the outside view of, listen, this dude was acting a fool. And he didn't get the help he needed. But he needed the help of black men. So you can't be mad at the results because you did not help this guy. And so since you did not help this guy, somebody's going to take him out. Because like I've said on my channel, and I've said before, if you are a weak black man, you are food for everybody. For women, for black men, for other races of men. You are food. And they will use you and abuse you and then get rid of you. They will use you for your money, use you for your dick, use you for your sperm, use you as a pawn, and then they get rid of you. They'll use you for target practice. Hey, I got man, I've been wanting to use this chokehold forever. Got one. And he justified because he was acting the fool. Oh, I was in fear of my life, so bang, bang. You yelling and screaming at the cop, bang, bang. Well, I feared my life. Knock on the wrong door, bang, bang. Well, I was in fear of my life. See, because you don't have no true agency and you're not trying to really build that agency, not just for yourself. It's great to have agency for yourself, but also for others. Because regardless of how I feel about these women, how I feel about this world, and how I feel about other black men, if I don't have other black men around, you're not going to be able to protect yourself, and you're not going to be able to protect the women, and you're not going to be able to protect the children. You cannot do that by yourself. You have to have a group. So whether how I feel about these niggas, I still need black men around to cooperate. Oh, I don't want to be around the sausage fest. Okay, dude, listen. Not because every black man running around, they wanna suck each other off. You do need black men to come together. Because if you're going to talk about protection, well, first of all, you got to protect yourself. If you by yourself, good luck. You have a bad day, somebody might choke you out and say, well, he was a threat. And now you in the media and they say, well, Brother Pete he yelled at me one day. I thought he was going to kill me. And, so when he got choked up, that was good. He was a threat. And then they can put it in the media that you were a threat. Now, could it be true? Could it be not? The problem is it's out there now. Whether it's true or not. You have that, your reputation, black men's reputation out here as a violent criminal is going to proceed. So even if it's not true, people are going to believe it. But why are they going to believe it? Because black men haven't built a system to protect themselves. Fuck the women and children. Protect yourself. Protect your image. Protect your reputation. See, if you're not protecting your reputation, nobody else is going to. And I'm not depending on black women to do it. Because, again, black women got their own stuff they got to deal with. They got to deal with their own stuff. That's why I'm saying black women, black men issues are not the same. It's never been the same. We never went through the same thing through slavery. We never went through the same thing through a Jim Crow. We never went through the same thing in the Civil Rights era. We don't go through the same things even to this day. We do not go through the same stuff. There are different things that black women go through than black men, and vice versa. We do not go through the same shit. And to even suggest that we do is insulting to both. So as black men, we got to move differently. We got to make sure we straight before anybody else. Before you even worry about what these chicks are doing. Y'all worry about Ebony Williams. I'm not worried about her. Because she got her own stuff to deal with. I don't care if she don't want to date a bus driver. I'm glad she told me so I don't even have to. With my economic situation I make just about as much as these bus drivers, if not make in some places more, some places less. So I know I can't date her. I'm not even gonna try. Now, she want to come over for 3 o'clock in the morning. That's a whole different story. But I know I can't be in a relationship with her because if she fall off, who's gonna take care of her? Because again, you still gotta take care of your woman. Unless you want her to take care of you, but then that puts you in the lesser position. Right? But I thought we don't want to be in the lesser position. We want to be in the position of power. Where you can't be in the position of power where you're dependent on a woman. You can't be in a position of power where you're dependent on the system. Because again, this system can come take your kid at any time. How many stories? Remember the story I did? I'll put the link in the description of the video of that black man got his kid yanked from his wife's hands because a doctor, an Indian doctor, at the behest of a white female practitioner, that white bitch, said they ain't following your protocol. They need to you need to call CPS on. And guess what? He called CPS on. And CPS, using the wrong woman's name, came and yanked that child, gave it to the judge, and the judge signed the warrant and got that kid out of there. And you're wondering about what Ebony Williams doing. How about another situation where this black man took his son, he has some kind of medical issue. Supposed to be a simple procedure. The boy ended up dead. This is the system that you're in. How many family members you probably know where they in the prison, they sick. And nobody's taking care of them. I work in the prison. I've seen some of these guys get nice doctors, but then there's some They get the wrong doctor, and they suffering. They're not getting the treatment that they should be getting. They have mental illness. They should be in a mental institution, but the mental institution is so filled up. They in general population, and guess who got to deal with them? I got to deal with them. Other inmates got to deal with them. And some of these guys' mental issues, they easily get taken advantage of. And then some of these dudes be violent. And guess what? If he's violent and he threatening, and then he's come towards me, I have every right to attack him. Oh, speak, that's fucked up. Yeah, it's fucked up. But guess what? Between his safety and mine, guess what? My safety gonna take top priority. That's the system that we in. Now there are limits to what I can do to him after I attack him, but I can still attack him, whether he mentally sane or not. That's the same with Jordan Neely. He still could be attacked regardless, whether he's sane or not. If he goes to try to attack somebody, that mental illness grace we supposed to give him goes out the window. He's a combatant now. But the problem is, it should have never got to that point. There should have been a system in place that black men have so that you don't have these problems. You want to talk about black male agency? That's black male agency right there. So that if you are having mental illness, you're having a situation with the court, there is a system in place to help you. Rajay Black, anybody remember him? He was in a 3-year court battle with his ex-wife for children. That stress, add to the fact that he lost his job. Then he got another woman pregnant, and that woman said, "I'm gonna take your kid," just like his ex-wife did. So what happened? He lost it. And you got people trying to blame it on Kevin Samuels. Kevin Samuels did not cause that problem. The problem is he don't have no place to go to help him with this situation, because we got some black men will say, "Well, she should be with the mother." How dare he try to take custody from the mother? Wait a second. Like there can't be a situation where the mother is not fit to take care of the child. There's black men will say that. I've gotten into argument on a panel because I'm saying that, hey, if this mother is beating that child, that has nothing to do with the father. That has everything to do with her. And they will tell me that has something to do with the father. Why would she beat her child? That says something about him. No, that says something about her. Because there are black men who do not care about black men's plight. You got a lot of black men who care more about women than they do about black men. And there was a lady on the panel that asked me, well, Brother Speak, why these men take rejection so hard? And I told her, because we were taught that the women are the center of our universe. If you don't have a woman, you ain't no man. You have to do everything for a woman. You cannot function without a woman. And we have been conditioned to think like that. We're not conditioned to come together and build a power base so that we can protect ourselves, which in turn will spread to the women and children, because at the end of the day, part of our image is how we treat women. But that is, and it's not, oh, how good you treat them, but how you punish them, how you reward them. How do you respond when they're saying some off the wall shit about you in the public? That's also part of it. Because again, go to these other countries. These women are not going to be going out here talking about these women as bad as black women do about black men. They would get shut down quickly. See that? All that. Also, how you complain about women all the goddamn time. whining about they doing this, whining about they doing that, but not doing anything to improve yourself, that also reflects on you. It's not just the uh, because you're not protecting the women. No, that's not the case. Because in every society, a lot of these women are getting abused, raped, murdered. They in some fucked up positions. But the difference between these other races of men and black men is because they have the power to not only reward but to punish and to protect their image. A lot of these women who get out of line talk about their negative stuff about their men, those men can shut her down, either financially, socially, politically, and then also with physical force. Black men don't have that power, especially in this country. You can't do nothing to your women like that. You can't even get your kids from her like that. Unless expending a exorbitant amount of money. And the reason why I'm talking about that, I'm not talking about that to be shitting on women or nothing like that, but I'm talking about black male agency. You don't have a system to protect you as a black man from this court system and protect you from women using that court system to get you. And it's not just black women that use that court system against you. White women can use it against you and have. Non-black women have used that court system against you and have. They all use that court system against you. They can all also use social media against you. They have social power against you too. I mean, do we have to remember Travis Smiley, Russell Simmons, hell Tyrese, Trey Songz, Nelly? There's been a bunch of cases where they've been Me Too, and it ain't just black women. There are other races of women doing that. Chris Brown too. Their reputation went through the shitter. Let's not even forget about the men who were accused of rape and got put in prison for years and finally got out. That white woman Arthur accused that black man of rape. He spent 30 years in prison. And the only reason why she was found out because the guy who was doing a autobiography of her found some inconsistency, and then she had to come out and say that she made that shit up. Did something happen to her? No, nothing. Hell, Jennifer Hudson, for all you Jennifer Hudson fans, David Otunga, they were engaged for 10 years, and I don't know how you be engaged for 10 years, but that's beside the point. She was cheating on him. He found out. He kicked her out. She went and lied and said that he assaulted her and tried to keep his kid away from him. But what she failed to realize, he's a lawyer. Not only does he work for the WWE, he also worked in their legal team. So he was able to get the child back. But guess what? He didn't have no black system to help him do that. He had to depend on that white system. And they were dragging him through the dirt, even though, he homeless, he all this, even though he was working for the WWE and he had his own business at home. So he could stay at home with his child. See, this is the kind of stuff that you have to build on as black men. You want to talk about black male agency, it can't be just about women. Your image, your reputation, your ability to work, your ability to earn money, whatever means you're going to do it. You have to have a system where you can be, for the most part, left alone. Because even if you're not acting a fool like Jordan Neely, you still can get fucked with. Like I said, that dude that had his child yanked, he wasn't bothering nobody. He was trying to do the right thing. And they came yank this child because they felt that he wasn't doing the right thing by his child. Or the guy in Houston took he trusting the system, took his child to the hospital and Texas children, and they killed the kid. Is he gonna get no justice? No. where there should be a system where he won't even have to take his kid to Texas Children's Hospital. They can have a system with black doctors so they can take care of that child. So he don't even have to deal with the system. But you don't have a system like that. You have to be in the system one way or the other. And that's the biggest problem. You got to participate in the system regardless. And black men, you don't have a system to keep yourself out of it. To limit your participation in the system as much as possible. You got some who would say, hey, what about the white man's agency? Wait a minute. Why am I worried about a white man's agency? That's his fucking problem. It ain't my fucking problem. There's some black guys were talking about, we need to give our black women to the white man. Wait a minute. So you worried about his dating life? I'm not worried about his dating life. Sorry. There's some dudes who will put white men on a fucking pedestal. They say that black men can't have the same amount of power as white men. See, there's black men who don't care about black male agency. They say they do, but when you talking about challenging the system, that's when they go, whoa. When you say no, I don't put white men on the pedestal. Whoa, what are you doing? What are you doing? Well, they put themselves on the pedestal. Yes, that's what they're supposed to do. Why are you participating? Then they ain't got no answer. Oh, we want to be Americans. What? Okay, yeah, you're American, but you still got to worry about your own agency. Yeah, you live in America, but goddamn, you got to worry about your own. I ain't worried about white people agency. I don't give a fuck. They got theirs. White men got their own agency. White women got their own agency. Hell, black women got their own agency. They can still do whatever they fuck they want to do. Within reason. I'm not worried about them. I'm worried about us. Because Jordan Neely, again, he got X'd out the game because he had a mental illness. And he was acting a fool. But it should have never got to that point. He should have been protected. At least somebody should have helped him. A black man should have been helping him before he got to this point. Because, again, like I said, black man, if you're weak for women, weak for money, weak for booze, weak for drugs, you weak in your emotions, physically weak, mentally weak, you are food for everybody else. I was listening to Alex Nathaniel, and he was telling black women to use the good guys, quote unquote. Now it's fucked up, but I kind of get I get the point of what he was saying, because a lot of these nice guys are weak, insecure. They still talking about submission in 2023. Still talking about women should submit to them because they the good guy. Yeah, and people gonna take advantage of that. Kevin Samuels set these guys up for the trick bag. So now these women are playing the submissive role just to get their money. Ask Tyrese how that went. He called that woman his African queen. See how that went for him. You weren't about submission, bro. You need to be worrying about these people are taking every opportunity to take you out. And sometimes it's justified, sometimes it's not, but it's still the same result. You still getting taken out. And people ain't going to try to help you. They're not going to come to your defense like that. Or if they do come to your defense, so to speak, it's for attention. And they're going to have you black men want to march for this guy when his history indicates, yeah, you probably shouldn't be marching for him. But then they're going to shame you for not marching for him? Why you defending Daniel Penny? Why are you defending him? What's wrong with you? You must hate black people. That's why you got to have your own agency. That's why you got to have your own system in place. So you don't have to deal with these questions. You don't got to deal with why you're not defending, why you're not protesting for, defending anybody. You ain't got the right to tell me shit. We got this. And if we got rid of him, there's a reason. Because we had to. He too far gone. But that's our decision to make. Don't let the system make that decision for you. Don't let black women make that decision for you. Don't let the white man make that decision for you. Don't let any other race of men make that decision for you. You should be making that decision for your brethren. It's just simple as that. Because again, we want to talk about black agency, about women. No, you need to be talking about black male agency in every facet of your life. Because again, if you weak in any aspect, somebody's gonna take advantage of it. They're either gonna use you for money, use you for dick, or use you for target practice. That's it. There's nothing else to say about that. So, if we want to talk about black male agency, well, we need to be building on that. And not just on women, but on every aspect. Because guess what? You may be single today, but you might want a family. But guess what? Your child is the will of the state. So if they say that you're not treating your child the way it should be, they come yank them. You having an issue with your woman and she got custody, they can keep you away from your child legally. And you got to spend all this money and you still might not get your child the way you want it. You might be working one day and the next day they fire you and you ain't got no recourse. What you going to do? And then now you got AI coming. And if you don't have the type of job where AI would not be as effective, your job gone. Now what you going to do? See, there's so much stuff that's going on, and you worrying about what these women doing, man. Well, I'm not worried about what these women do. I'm worrying about my future. I'm worried about my next 8 to 10 years. I'm worried about my health right now. I'm worried about my mental state right now. I'm not worried about what these chicks doing. I'm not worried about what these white men doing, these white women doing, and all these other races of men doing. I'm worried about us. Make sure we good before I ever worry about what they doing. Because they got systems in place for them. Do you? Can you go to your brother and go for a job? Can you go to your brother and have him counsel you on your mental issues or your stressors? Your wife messing with you? Your baby mama keeping you from the check? Can you go to your other brother? Or is he going to clown you, insult you, or just ignore you? If you're having an issue getting a job, can you go to your brother, or is he going to clown you, insult you, or ignore you? If you have any problems, can you go to your brother for advice, or will he clown you, insult you, and ultimately ignore you, or try to kill you? Because that happens too. At the end of the day, we all we got. You don't have the black woman. You don't have the white man, the white woman. No, you ain't got nobody but yourself. And if black men don't get together and to help each other, help these young boys out here that y'all claim y'all care about, but you don't, well, guess what? You can end up like Jordan Neely. Or you can end up like Arby Arbin. I'm on Aubrey. Sorry. Or you can end up like another person, another black guy I was talking about. Got his kids yanked. You can end up like Roger Black. Got his kids taken away and his job taken away. Now he looked like a monster. Jordan Neely, one hand looked like a victim. Another hand looked like a monster. But because he was weak, he can't end his story. Somebody else ended his story for him. You want that black male agency? You really want black male agency? Then you need to build it. And you're going to need to build it with other black men. And no, running from these other, well, we're doing it for black women. That's not going to help you, bud. Well, we're doing it so we can get away from black women. That's not going to help you, bud. Because at the end of the day, whether you have a woman or not, you still got to work. You still got to take care of yourself. You still got to be able to take care of yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, psychologically, even spiritually. You have to do that for you. No woman can do that for you. No white man can do that for you. No system can do that for you. Only you can. And if you can't, guess what? You food. And you will be used and abused and then discarded. That's life. So, with that, I'm going to check out. Thank you for listening. If you listen on the replay, please, again, like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Spotify. Hit me up on Instagram, Bro Speak. Hit me up on Facebook, Bro Speak. And remember, black men, be powerful or be powerless. The choice is yours. I'm out. Thank you.